the need for certainty is absolute, and the odds are deemed impossible, the mission falls to him.
Should he choose to accept?
Saving the world and rescuing the box office might seem like an impossible task, but maybe Tom Cruise can do both with Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. With a summer slate chock full of sequels and reboots, Hollywood is banking on their big tentpole films like Mission Impossible. But as LA Times senior editor Ryan Fonda writes, the summer box office has never been harder to predict. Let's start with the overview. What big picture, how's the box office doing this summer?
So early in the year, the first 3 months were just terrible. Like, there were flops, there weren't enough movies to get people to go to the theaters every weekend. But in the last few weeks, it's been looking up. You know, box office so far this year is up 16%, according to ComScore. And, you know, that's pretty good. It's still not back to pre-pandemic levels, so, you know, you gotta keep that in mind. But the reason for the uptick is really 2 movies. It's Minecraft and Sinners. These are so different, too.
Right. And Minecraft, it was funny because I was talking about this in the newsroom before it came out. I was like, I can't believe the projections aren't higher, because Minecraft, if you have like a 7-year-old son like I do, is huge with kids and Gen Z.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of questions that are being raised right now about like box office predicting, and box office tracking is basically this system where Hollywood studios go to these data firms, and you know, those data firms collect audience preferences, and they try to basically guess what the movies are gonna do. Now, this has become kind of a parlor game in the Hollywood trade press when looking at box office, but the real purpose of these surveys is for studios to understand whether their marketing spends are working and whether they're reaching the right audiences. And so what happens sometimes in the case of a Minecraft movie is you have a movie that's doing pretty well, but it doesn't quite catch those last-minute viral moments, those last-minute marketing decisions that really help a movie take off and go to the stratosphere.
This place makes no sense.
Don't I know it?
Why is the summer box office so important?
Well, for decades, ever since Jaws, basically, the summer box office has been the season that Hollywood watches.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Kids are out of school and families are going to the movies. That's where you see all the big, like, so-called tentpole movies get released. And summer box office isn't as big as it once was, but it still accounts for about 40% of ticket sales every year.
Moving on, because we have a lot of big movies coming out Memorial Day weekend. We have Mission Impossible, Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon coming out later this summer. What are you looking forward to?
Well, Lilo and Stitch is probably gonna be one of the biggest movies of the summer.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind
Or forgotten.
The kids love it, and millennials have a lot of nostalgia for it too. You know, there's the dolls sell like hotcakes, so that might make close to $1 billion worldwide. We will see. But also, Jurassic World Rebirth is coming out with Scarlett Johansson. That should be enormous. And then Apple Films is taking kind of a left turn and putting out an original movie with Brad Pitt. That cost, reportedly somewhere around $300 million to make. That's called F1, and it's about Formula One racing.
When was the last time you won a race?
Sunday, Daytona.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Formula One.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then same as you.
And that's going to be interesting because original movies are definitely a gamble at the box office these days. Anyone in Hollywood will tell you that, but they know that they need to take swings like this in order to keep the business going. And it's a global brand too. Like, people all around the world know what Formula One is.
Mission Impossible 8. Do you think a lot of people will come to see the finale of this franchise? Does it still have, obviously it has the star power of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, well, they say it's the last one. We'll see. We'll see.
Fair enough.
But, that's another really expensive one. I think they're hoping that that one benefits from it being the final Mission Impossible movie, whether it is or not. Because the last one, did okay, but it didn't do as well as they were hoping to. But, Tom Cruise is still a huge box office draw. It's going to be in IMAX screens. He's going around the world promoting the heck out of this thing. So if anyone can do it.
I need you to trust me.
like last time.
Why is it that the box office has become so unpredictable?
Well, for one of the reasons was what we were just talking about. I mean, what you see now is that when movies really pop off, they can go viral online in this way that didn't really happen before. And you get the memes, you get Gen Z sharing, videos of crowds going crazy at the theater, yelling chicken jockey at the screen.
Right. Theaters had to tell kids to tone it down, and then they adapted and made special showings where they encouraged kids to come back, see the movie again, and get wild.
Yeah, exactly. And then with Ryan Coogler's Sinners, there was a different thing that happened where the movie came out. It did $45 million at the US box office, which is great for an original vampire movie like that.
This ain't no house party.
But, what happened was it just kept going. The buzz just kept it going and going and going, and now it's one of the, biggest surprise hits of the year.
All right. Ryan Fonder, senior editor here at the LA Times. Thank you so much for getting us psyched to see some movies this summer.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.